Hey there, folks. Yep, getting right into it. Digging down, down, down into the depths of despair of the rabbit holes. Uh, wow, why is this up so high? Oh, that's right, I remember now. Yeah, I'm just trying to go through the backlog of crap that I've got on in this workshop. Because believe me, there's plenty of crap in this workshop, not just the person doing the repairs. I'm just trying to find out what the hell is wrong with this thing. It's a little bit unpredictable. Well, I get the feeling I found out that this is a T2 failure. I really wish I'd leave better notes for myself. Hey there, Keith. Let's see, why do I get this feeling that that's going to be... Okay, 650, that's alright. 36 sounds sus. 36, okay, so they're combined. Okay, what do these two do? Other than appear to be a little bit out of focus. Which ones am I looking at? That one and that one. Okay, so they're trunked, and yeah, they go straight to the T2. Crap. Although it says 66 ohms, the open board data says 66 ohms, and I think that's about what we read, wasn't it? No, definitely not 35 ohms. Alright, okay, no, this is a trucked T2, so yeah, I better mark that off on the job sheet. 8 amp current draw? Where are you reading that? No 8 amp current draw. Where are you, job sheet? I need to wear sunglasses in this room now. What is this? 1416. Oh well, at least that's a rabbit hole that reached the end. USB-C meter current readout. I don't see 8 amps anywhere on there. You talking about this here? I'm not seeing 8 amps. That was a voltage. That's a high-low thing, not voltage. Alright, may as well put this thing back together while I wait for some more people to turn up, and then we'll get to the next job. Better that I close this up now before I forget and go through this process again tomorrow. Hey, Blazing. Miles, why would you be trying to set up retro arch? It sounds like some sort of masochist type behavior. Hey Gustavo, by the way, for those of you who use Flexboard View, I have a new version just posted up on the website. It doesn't really change a lot, but it does fix one really annoying quirk, which was where the menu would just stop working if you loaded up a certain file, and so that's all solved now. It turns out it was because I wasn't reading a certain error. Well, or rather I was getting the error, and then I was trying to display it, but I had inadvertently changed the name of the dialogue, and anyway, things went wrong. I think I explained that in the last video, but I'm just explaining it again for those who weren't there. So if you are a Flexboard View user, then yeah, a new version is up. I think it's 1468, and all three operating systems are covered. So it's a bit of a shame about this one, and I used up a couple of, what did they, C32, what, 15? So I used a couple of chips up, so unfortunately time sort of makes you skip over that. You just sort of go, stuff it. Oh hell, that's right, there's no keyboard connector there either. I'm not going to put that back. It was utterly trashed anyway. Some of you may remember the original video that we were going through the process of this board. Niemand. What? Okay, I'm going to assume that, yeah, since I've got very little in here, I'm going to assume that a lot of things were not included originally. I might have to go back and check that video, but I have a feeling that this is very much how it arrived. Because it was clean, that's right. Someone did the isopropylene scrub with no success, and then they sent it off to me. Hey Yanko, long way. Let's see, Gustavo, little question, the USB-C meter firmware is closed source? No, it's not. I haven't yet released it, only because of the fact that I'm still working on it, as opposed to it's going to be closed source. Okay, yeah, even the screws for the batteries are missing, so yeah, this is definitely not my doing. Why there's bits and pieces missing. I was going to say, it's a little unusual for me to not have all the parts in the container. I think we might have to jump to an iPad after this one. Not specifically a screen repair, this will be actually, well, I guess it might be actually. It's an iPad mini that will add to the complication. Good God, man. There aren't even screws for that. Okay, that's on. We're not going to connect the power, obviously. Yep. I'm just going to put the bottom on and say sayonara. Yeah. We did a fair bit of work on that one too, for no success. That's quite frustrating. Hey Rob Brown, how's you going? It's sort of not really catching up with you much lately. So we seem to just sort of like pass each other in the corridors, and that's about it. Hey Mr. Stamps. Come on, come on, come on. Like I said, we just need to get these cleared out of the workshop, because every job that's sitting around like this takes up a slot, and it also takes up a bit of mind space in my head. Whoops. Even though I have a job system, you know, tickets and whatnot, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to not have them clutter your brain. Particularly when you have more than 5 or 6 sitting in the shelves, and you sort of subconsciously are trying to always work out what they are. It's like one part of your brain forgets what they are, and the other one is sitting there trying to work out what they are. Alright. Right, okay, there's a big fat sticker on that because I didn't want people to see anything about it. Bloomin' good thing too. Yeah man, don't you dare rip the face off that thing. Good job. And yes, storage space is valuable, certainly. Okay, just got T2 fail. When they get the red pen, it's a bad sign. You have many projects going. Okay. Hey, Nick Macy. Many projects going still doesn't excuse you. Those tips are obviously bent. Can't seem to pick up that CD3215. I'm still waiting for my circuit boards to arrive for the next round of USB-C meter, and also for the new microscope LED light. I'm actually quite excited about the LED light. I'm very curious to see whether I can get more illumination, and if not more illumination, if I can get better coloration. Because right now the microscope light that I have is it's a pretty classic sort of high 5,000, 6,000 Kelvin, you know, that sort of pushing the bright light sort of thing through blueness. So it'll be nice when I get it down to 4,000 Kelvin and see if I can get away with just 8 of the little units, but otherwise I can do up to 16 of them on a circuit board. Hey Patrick. Just realised I've got to take this sticker off. Even when it's a failure, I keep the parts, put it in a shelf. Right, I'll just go put the computer into the outbound tray. Now, where's this iPad? Ah, there it is. Okay, so it's a iPad mini original. Let's see if I've got a screen for one of those. I should do. Never thought I'd find myself with so many damn iPad screens in this workshop. Blah blah blah. iPad mini, mini 2, digitizer with touch. That seems like what I'm after. Now the person is hoping that they can at the very least get their pictures, because basically what was happening is they couldn't seem to get to charge or anything like that, but I did manage to... what is... There is a key combo that my keyboard scanner, my job scanner emits, and it puts my XFC... not XFC, I'm running Mate now. Yeah, what do you call it, desktop environment, Mate desktop environment. For some reason, when I scan my codes into the barcode scanner, it makes the Mate system go into sleep mode. Very weird. It was working earlier, now it's not. So I guess we'll just pop it open, find out what's going on. Miles, you know, it's a challenge. I've got to keep rising up to the challenge of trying to do the perfect iPad. It's how you become a better person, I think. That's why I've started trying to do my Chinese again. Just trying to spend a couple of minutes a day doing Chinese learning, and yeah, I've forgotten so much already. Yeah. Maybe battery's dead. It is quite possible, yeah, the battery could be out of, yeah, no good. I hope this person doesn't have a passcode on it. Probably does. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey Falcon, thanks for flying in. Now, are you Falcon the bird or Falcon the F-16? That's okay, Miles. I won't tell anyone where you hide the bodies. Yes, we've definitely heard about the Apple updates that are required. I'm trying to make sure not everybody hears about it, because finally it gives us a chance to break into computers, break into the iPhones and the iPads, get people's data back that they couldn't get back before. I don't know if that actually is how the, what do you call it, the vulnerability works. Now, what have I done with my iPad cutting tool? Not in there. Ah, there it is. There we go, this one. Shouldn't really call it a cutting tool. Yeah, it gets things started. It's already been patched. Yeah, but that's just it. That's why you don't want to tell people to update. I have forgotten exactly which way these little nasty little iPads, where they're flex. Oh wait, damn it! You're an idiot, Bull. Just realised I've got one right here, and that will tell me exactly what I need to know. So basically, there is the only cable connection. Everything else is open house. Falcon the bird, alrighty. Well, this has been open before. This has been open before, which could explain why there's a discoloration relative to the button. Well, I'm happy for this. I don't want that cat hair there. Not sure if it was hers or mine. See the geckos around it. What the hell? The screw just rattled out there. Okay. Home button appears to be oddly attached, and it's flicking on and off. It's doing something weird. There we go. Unable to purchase Candy Crush Saga. Learn to spell, Paul. Or learn to speak, rather. Really piss poor job on the previous screen replacement, whoever did it. I'll find out it was me. Okay, so I'm not really sure why it'd be flickering in and out though. So maybe it's just a bad connection, considering that we've got one screw rattled out, which sort of indicates maybe it's been dropped in a way that... Anyway, there's that screw. Don't break the screen, Paul. Good job. Oh, that's right. I hate these bastards. I remember now. The torment of the 50 billion little screws that Philip said. Hey there, creature. And 3x. Right. This gives you nightmares of the, what do you call it, iPods. Like the iPod 5s and things like that, 4s, 5s. Where they had that retainer bracket plate. At one point I was getting pretty good at doing the iPod 4 screen replacements. You wouldn't have to completely disassemble it, just enough to cheat your way through. But then Apple went along and ruined it when they brought out the iPod 5, and it was like, nah, that's it. I kind of wonder if Apple intentionally made it so bad to service so that people would go, you know what, let's not even bother with iPods anymore, let's just use an iPhone and be done with it. Yes, iPod is like some very bad origami. It's not origami, it's horrorigami. There we go, new term. Yeah, and someone's fingerprints are all over this. Seriously, people, wear gloves when you can, please. It's the right thing to do. When you can. Okay. Can't remember exactly how to get this out. Was it a tilt and... I can't remember. Shows how often I do these ones. Okay, at least I can let that down. There we go. Knew it was going to be some sort of stupid trick. Okay, next step. Yeah, true. Okay, if you're not going to wear gloves, at least clean up your mess before you put it all back together. Okay. Well, at least the battery... I'll give this much to the iPad mini. The battery's easy to get out. That kind of felt like it was free, a little loose on there. APR and Toast Tech. Oh, one way. Interestingly, you do still leave fingerprints even with gloves. If, say, you've handled some sort of substance, like oily substance, it will show up. Okay, I've forgotten exactly how I get this bloody thing off. Easiest way is for me to look at what I'm going to put on. Alright, so it's just stuck down. I just need to give it a bit of hot air and lift it up. Hey Greg, good morning to you. Okay, and away we go. The brake is just down here. But I think the thing that was the bigger problem is that home button was doing all sorts of crazy crap. Well, at this point I have a choice. The battery actually doesn't look too bad. I think the battery's fine. I've got to work out whether we have a problem with the chassis in general, or whether it was just simply a bad connection, bad touch. I'm not going to try and remind myself of that song. Okay, what are they doing here? Not sure why they've wrapped this up. I think I'm doing the right thing. I mean, I've got to separate that out. Or do I? Maybe I don't. Just kind of feels a bit chunky. Yeah, that's not right. Yo, what the fuck? What the hell did that come from? That's like... It's like some great booger from somewhere. That's some nastiness. Alright, so I'm trying to work out whether I need to sort of separate off this tape here or not. I've got the feeling I need to, because it's the home button, the button isn't really sitting in the right place. Yet that adhesive is covering the whole damn thing. Is this the wrong model? Xenon. So is this? This is 3291 subboard. 3291 subboard. So previously you'd have to solder these on yourself. but fortunately people overseas did all that hard work for us. I'm just going to cut off that excess. I don't know, it just seems wrong. It seems short and I don't know why. And then when I try to get it to sit down on the board, it's complaining. Hey Blizzard and Coolman. Hand cheese, what the hell's hand cheese? I don't want to know. Okay, so that's sitting down there now. There was no way it was going to fit in like before. The alignment, the way they had it set up just wasn't working. Because I am happy that at least that this has a battery connector that you can actually take off. Unlike, I know you can put the separator in on the other iPads, but it is actually a bit of a pain in the backside to do that separation because you are forcing the PCB to do things it really doesn't want to. We're just going to rest this here. We're not actually going to bond it down, especially not the red tag there. What I might do is simply just get the data off and say, you know, it's not worth really repairing it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. As a general rule, I don't like to repair too many of these devices for the consumer to continue to use. Oh, it just went darker. It's a little hard to see because of all the layers of crap on it, the plastic protective layers. Oh, cute doggy. Hello, doggy. Slide to unlock. Come on, don't fade out. Okay. Oh, good. There's no passcode. Of course there's no passcode. I should have known. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, with this one, the first thing I'll do is simply back up the data. I'll plug it into 3U tools, get all that data backed up, and then I'll come back and... Oh, you know what, actually, this is probably just going to be just fine. Yeah, I'm being paranoid. I'm being paranoid. I'm going to put it all back together and seal it up. Some would say I am sealing my fate. No, Paul, it's an iPad. Run away from the iPad. And I'm like, it's a mini. How bad can it be? People are like, it's 10 times worse. Felt like Jerry Seinfeld then. No, no iPad, no iPad. Look, it's just a scratch. No pick. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the old fingerprints off. They have basically now etched into the metal, I think. Yeah, I can't get the old fingerprints off. They have essentially etched their way into the yeah. You know what I've forgotten there. Alright. Disassemble again. See if anybody knows what I've missed here. Hey there, Margaret Tritz. We don't need no iPad here. Rehab. We're perfectly capable of wrecking these things ourselves. What I missed was cleaning it. It'd be pretty silly of me to be complaining about the previous person's lack of cleaning and then not clean it myself. So yeah, we're just going to have to scrape away all the old grungy glue. Yeah, skin oil is actually, fingerprints are actually surprisingly corrosive. Some people more than others. Like I know I've had some jobs come in and the previous tech's fingerprints have done tremendous levels of damage. And it's a very unfortunate thing to have if you have fingerprints like that. I mean, you're wrecking equipment, and then you're going to probably have a pretty horrible life with crime too, so you're sort of doomed. You've got the wrong kind of Midas touch. You want the one that turns stuff into gold, not stuff into rust or corrosion. Hey, Horst. This glue that I am scraping off right now, it has been there quite some time and it has been exposed to the air for quite some time. I know it's a little bit risky using a knife like this in the presence of the battery, but it is one of the best ways for me anyway, to get the glue off. Yeah, creature, don't give him ideas. The last thing we need is a compressed gasket system on the back of everything else. If they ever bring that out, I'll fly over and punch you in the nose for that. I see there's that energy battery system that they're thinking of using oxidized iron. They're basically putting it through the whole oxide, deoxide process, reduction process. I don't know what the cycle efficiency is, but it's an interesting concept, that's for sure. What did I just hear then? I could have sworn I heard a little pop, kind of like the pop a little capacitor makes when it shorts out. Maybe it was just a bit of plastic or something, because the battery's not even connected, so it can't have been that. Hey, sweetie. Ooh, food. Okay. You can just stick it on there. Danke. We're taking a break. I can't smell anything, so I think it was just a physical thingy. Toasty. Ham and cheese toasty with a touch of mayonnaise by the looks of it. Oh, it's hot. It's so hot. Oh, it's so good. Cruise ship midnight meal. Yeah, toasted sandwiches are a bit like that. Whenever I was out at the resorts doing IT work at midnight, toasted sandwiches were pretty much the staple diet. Sick skills is being a sick person. No potato chips. No, not this time. Sausages in pajamas. What is that? Little... What are they calling them? Chipolatas in pastry or something? Merci, Michael. I'm actually surprised I got a toasted sandwiches because I was supposed to do painting tonight and I didn't do any painting. I've still got to do the cornices and the ceiling with ceiling white before Alita can continue on with doing the walls. I did not do anything. I loathe and detest painting. You know, it's getting to the point though where I loathe and detest almost everything when it comes to renovations. Oh, Catherine, yeah, we call those things corn dogs or such. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And yeah, with tomato sauce, ketchup, whatever. Personally, I like, if I am going to obliterate my internals with with one of those almost can't believe it's not real meat frankfurts, I will tend to instead prefer to have a chili dog in a soft white split bun that's been toasted on the inside and then cheese put on after it's toasted, and the cheese has to be melted again, and then you put the hot dog on the molten cheese, and then you have chili sauce, mustard, tomato sauce, and then sprinkled with fried onions. Is that their gym French? My biggest problem, creature, with the renovations is that I've just lost heart. Yeah, I just don't have the compulsion anymore. We worked so hard to actually get our hands on the house, to get a roof over our heads, and now I'm just simply exhausted. Yeah, Warren, I first encountered them in that combination probably would have been 1990, so it's 30 years ago now. And I particularly enjoyed it, so I tend to do them that way whenever I can. Delay here was the summer attic has been 40. Yeah, I can totally understand that. We have very much the same issue here, as you can imagine. In fact, we are now getting to the point in the season's change where unless you go up very first thing in the morning into the ceiling space, you really can't go up there anymore. You have to wait till you either have to do it at late at night, like around about midnight, or you just have to wait till next season. Keith, I would dearly love to have some kind of a holiday. I don't need to go away, like, I don't need to leave the house to have a holiday, but I certainly feel like I would like to be able to just not do work for a little bit. I don't know if I'm capable of that. My last holiday was well over 22 years ago, and as it was, that was forced. So it wasn't really a holiday, it was more a case of I left one country, got back here, and then immediately had to start trying to come up with a new income. I mean, I did have my software that I was selling at the time, but I still had to set everything up again. That was back when I was selling a product called Examime, which was a email content filtering management system. You would stick it in front of whatever your current email servers were, whether they were Exchange or SendMail or Postfix, and it would allow you to set up all the rules of what people could or couldn't receive on individual, group, whatever basis you liked, as well as doing spam filtering and things like that. But Google ended up doing such a good job of it that most people just moved off to Google. Yeah, Keith, it's been pretty much full go since then. Yeah, I haven't really. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and it's been a struggle to reclaim things. It was a definitely an awkward transition because when I was working over in South Africa, I basically could have anything and everything I wanted within reason, I suppose. I had no problem getting a house there. Had my car, had my lovely little BMW. Earning an exceptionally good wage, all that sort of stuff. And then I sort of come out here and one thing after another goes sort of wrong. And before I know it, I'm running around trying to work out how I'm going to feed the family for $2 a night. So, yeah, it can be a bit of an interesting change in life at times. I think what lets me get away with not having a holiday for so long is because I am my own boss. So it's not, you don't have that sense of needing to escape quite as intensely as if you are working for someone else. But that is a downside as well because you go for so long without having a holiday, when you do eventually get a chance, you don't really know what to do with yourself as a holiday. Hello, Aeneas. The home button side. Was that I just scraped up the creature? I think that's what you're talking about. Stuff jammed in there that I can't get out. B-blood, that's also very possibly true. Oh, you know what? I just realised this is how bad I am. My wife's going to beat the living daylights out of me for this, but I just realised, of course, I did go on a honeymoon down to Tasmania. That was for a couple of days. Literally, it was only 3 or 4 days. But we did get to Tasmania, so that was good. You lose 2 days of your holiday just simply getting there and back. It's a very long trip from up here down to Tasmania. Can now go visit Lewis in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'll be visiting Lewis. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd be happy to visit and say hello and shadow him for a little bit. Not too much. But there's not really a lot that I can offer to him anymore. He's got a collection of vastly more capable people around him now. I've pretty much done my bit. I mean, there's probably more things I'll do, but overall I've sort of, we had our run doing all the repairs and board views and things like that. If something was to come up though, where, I don't know, maybe we can start organising for people to actually be more involved in actually creating board views, then I'll come back into the scene a bit. Where did that little piece of black plastic go? God damn it. There was a little piece of black plastic protecting the antennas, and I have no idea where it just went. It was right on my fingers. And on there, and now it's gone. Yep, Rob, I very much agree with you there. These days, holidays I'm imagining, will feel like work more than anything else. Yeah, I've got no flipping idea where that damned little piece of plastic went. Well, that is annoying. I guess we'll just have to use some Captain tape instead. Doesn't quite have the same flexibility as the PVC tape, I imagine. But it's going to have to do. Straight line from plastic position to yourself. I'm looking at everything towards myself. Oh, are you talking about this? No. It's not it. I'm sorry, I don't understand where. Probably on the floor. I'll find it right after I see it. Hey there, Arilla. Yes, I probably will. That's okay, I'll just use the Captain tape. Yeah, the people Lewis is having to dance with now, they're a fair bit different to the crowd that he's spent the last 6 years with. Hey, Eric. Just realised it was Eric that was making that comment. Oh, that was dumb, Paul. So dumb. Well, nothing new in there. Just not sure how much I can get rid of the junk on that screen. The pro engineer. I think the hard thing if you went to one of Jess's courses is like, are you the student or are you an assist? Are you, where do you rate yourself or rank yourself? Like obviously, Tim Herman, he does Mac courses with her, he sort of uses their, I suppose, training base to also offer the MacBook stuff. Which is a pretty good idea. Because they're obviously already established for handling people. And Tim can throw in the MacBook stuff, so it's smart. Okay, creature. Yeah. Well, looks like I flicked it off into the unknown realm. It's just gonna have to stay there because the captain take has taken over now. I had to do this corner first. No, you're an idiot, Daniels. You're an idiot. I just realised. Good thing I only put 3 screws in, eh? I've got to put the retainer plate on. And I've got to punch a little hole through that captain tape. There we go. Yep, good thing I realised before I did more than 3 screws. Max Road, it wasn't really anything wrong per se, it seems. It's just like seems like it was just a bad connection and a bad touchscreen and a bad home button. So now we're going through the joyous process of reinstalling, probably, what is it, 25, 30 screws? Somewhere around that. Technici? Interesting, I just noticed these are actually longer screws. Good thing I did pull them out in sequence. Oh, I did receive a Bluetooth receiver today. I know, nothing exciting. I got one of those TP-Link UB500s, the 5th generation, because I have an iMac as my primary machine, one of the 27-inch 2013s, I think, 2014s. And Linux does see the Broadcom BCM 46, what is it, 4360, but it's crappy at the best of times. So I ordered one of the TP-Link ones, and as soon as I plugged it in, everything just worked properly. So now I've just put the Broadcom on the blacklist, which is where it belonged in the first place anyway. Creature, what did you call? Oh, that's not lined up very nicely. Come back here. Well, that was very reluctant to line up screw. It was doing its very best to go off perpendicular and cut its own thread. Okay. There's really not much I can do with that. There's a few spics and specks on there, but really you got to be careful dealing with them. Most of the time, you just create more issues when you try to dislodge them. some of them you can literally feel when you run the brush out the thing over. Others will come up. Yeah, most of those are pretty permanent by the feel of it. Alright, let's get this inner film off. I love it. Okay, I'm guessing that has to come off too. Ah! Sorry, excuse the dramaticness. What doesn't help is that they make this blue stuff so stiff and sticks so well to the adhesive. It's not supposed to. It's like, just make it light and airy and make it come off with ease. Not getting how this is supposed to. Well, that's that's fucked. Ah, shit. Unfortunately, I didn't need it, but it's more like I wanted to test something. I get the feeling that this home button is supposed to more flex up here, up at this junction here, rather than down there. The reason why I say that is there's no clearance here. There's no like keyway or anything like that for that flex to sit in. Unless they're assuming it's as thick as and then when you do push it back through like that, you're going to end up. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm right. I think maybe not. No. I don't know, it feels wrong. I think I've got it right now. Yeah, yep. See if there's any cat hairs in there. Yeah, definitely the way they had that folded is not right for properly setting this down, because otherwise you end up with that really pinched cable, which is probably part of the reason why we had the failure. I mean, the glue's still not great, especially when I've got the tab still stuck inside there. I think I have. Have I? Yeah, I have. That's okay. That sort of thing is okay to stuff up. Yeah, we've got the cute dog. Home button works. Slide works. Still can't purchase. Okay, so it's all good. Yep. It's fixed. But yeah, like, the glue's hopeless. I'm not going to do anything horrible like inject B7000 in down the bottom there. I'm not that cruel. I'd at least used hot glue. This piece is going to forcibly munch down on the corner here. Yeah, I'll get another bunch of these. If you ever do consider getting these clamps, get 16 of them. Hello. I see you, Ghost Walker. My wife's ignoring me. She probably thinks I'm talking to you guys, but I'm not. Yeah, get 16 of them, because 4 is definitely never enough, and 8's not quite enough, but 16 is pretty good. Even for the iPad minis, I still find I end up using all of them. Hey bro. All of a sudden the damn home button doesn't want to work. As in it... Yes. It's like the button just collapsed all of a sudden. Oh, that's freaking annoying. Pain in the backside. Yes, there's no movement now. Just see if it's a... Nope, just completely all of a sudden, boom, dead. No tactile click or anything. Oh man, that is weak as. I think what it is just... Yeah. It needs like this tiniest smidge of distance. That's very annoying. It's great, you do your job right, and then it doesn't reward you. How unacceptable. Alright, let's see, let's have another look at the device. Man, there's nothing but depression around here now. What are you? Question mark folder job. Man, I haven't had a chance to even look at that one again. What else you got here? 1438. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Greg, I'd be surprised if it was that cable, that flex that we pushed back. Yeah, maybe that was. Maybe they rely on that, pushing up the display slightly because of the bad fold, to give it the clearance it needs to. And there's that damn piece of plastic that we were looking for. God, what a nuisance! Oh no, that's not it. That's a piece of. That was a piece of flex, cable flex. But I could have used that. Unless I wasn't supposed to take that black film off, but I'm pretty sure, that black plastic off, but I'm pretty sure I was. It's not present on any of the existing ones. It's essentially like, see, even I can't crush it like that. Even really, okay. It's kind of like this metal, the bracket here is too compressed. No, something's running into it, but everything was aligned. Oh well, into the bin you go. Let's get on with other things that are important. B-Blood, I can get offensive at times. Sometimes. Most of the time, what holds me back is that knowing the penalty cost of getting angry usually far exceeds, what you're going to get back. So you can have a yell and whatever, but then as a consequence of that, you probably find yourself even further backwards. Sad as it is to say, I feel that kind of way about any sort of, if you're having a bad day, you're feeling a bit depressed, or anxiety's getting you down, things like that. If you legitimately got issues like that, opening up about them generally costs you a hell of a lot more than you're really willing to accept. And that's why if you get stuck on that sort of situation, it's very difficult to actually recover from it, because of the fact that for as much as everybody says, just open up and tell us, we'll help you, it's not going to happen. I mean, you'll get some short-term support and some nice words, maybe a bit of short-term relief from work or debts or whatever, but you better believe it when it's going to come back 2 or 3-fold easily. And you got to pay for having that moment off. Yep, Rob Graham, that's exactly it. That's exactly how it is. I know it sounds cynical, but once you've gone through it, you realise with extreme clarity that is how that's how it plays out. Especially with things like banks, insurance, medical, reputation, jobs, everything. If you're going to try and find some help, you're probably better off just sticking with a psychologist, sworn secrecy. Yeah, I know it's not healthy to say hide it, but unfortunately, the alternative is even worse. Hey Lars. Alright, so what have we got with this one? No display, draws 20 volts, 700 milliamp, fan spin for 3 to 5 seconds, then stops. Oh god, yes, this one. I don't know what's wrong with this one. Okay. Interesting, it didn't go and shut down the screen this time. Yeah, Rob, it's quite sad how it is. It's like I said, you're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And people try to tell you that one option is perfectly good and just come into the light and we'll help. It doesn't work out that way. I wish it did work out that way, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. Very infrequently. But the trouble is then, for the ones that it does work out, they don't realise that they become the advertising, the bait for everybody else. And everybody else gets snared in the wrong way. Like I said, I'm sorry to be cynical about such a serious topic, but I said I've gone through hell with that, and I've seen other people close to me go through that, and it is always the same. You try to reach out for some help, and you will get burned. So yeah, if you're going to do that, then I suggest trying to do it with something like a psychologist privately, and you've got your best chance then of finding your way out of it. Yeah, once it goes on your medical records and the bank records, all that sort of stuff, you're going to face 10 years at least of clawing back out of the hole that they will put you in. If you're lucky. Creature got a dog. That's probably actually a more likely, better option. People getting killed over cold fries. I was kind of thinking you were going to do a falling down Michael Douglas. That movie, I know I've said it before, that movie I never really understood when I first watched it as a kid, but geez, these days, completely understand. Let's have a look at the pattern of the boot again on this one again. Plug the USB-C meter in and see what happens. Quick question for your iPad charging fine, but only if the pressure is held on the lead. That will be the whole charge flex, unfortunately. Let's see, 220. We've got some weird spiky spikes going on in there. Okay, we're crawling up, crash down. Hey there, Phil. Fix this for me, Phil. Just tell me which part it is and make it right. Then we seem to stabilize at 170. It's kind of a weird number. What's getting warm there? T2? No? Hey there, Rob Brown. Oh, damn it, Rob Brown already said hello to you. God damn it. Okay, now we've crashed down to 70. We're trying to bump back up. We're probably going to loop through again. I would say this is actually almost behaving like it's got a file system issue. I wonder if I can get it to boot to a prompt. And where the hell did that screw come from? Yeah, I wonder if I can get it to boot to like a disk select situation. Yeah, Phil, I'm just griping and complaining as always. Nothing out of the ordinary. Me just being me. I was hoping you'd do a live stream, I think it was this morning or something like that, but you didn't. You uploaded your Xbox thing. And I was like, pfft, lazy Phil. Didn't even do a live stream. Calls himself a YouTuber. What do you like, Arsenal? And just walk it off? No, don't plug that in, Paul, you idiot. Universe was stopping me then. Nothing beats a good moan. Well, a good beating can produce a moan. Or a good moan can be because of a beating. Stop streaming randomly. Well, that explains my situation. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years plus now. But most of my content is random streaming, and YouTube most definitely does not reward me for that sort of stupidity. Like, oh, you're Mr. Unpredictable. All right, you don't get anybody. Okay, let's pull the option button up and see how we go. Max Rod, that depends. Is it a Fisher Price kid's laptop? If so, then that's probably normal. If it's not, then maybe you got other issues. Okay, so we're either charging or we're booting. Yeah, nothing on display. You watch, that's going to collapse down any second. Just seeing if I've got anything showing up. Doesn't look like it. We're definitely charging, so it's not likely T2 or ISL or file system, missing SSD. I'm just going to put this into another chassis. Let's see what happens. Battery, you idiot. Thank you. Got to remind myself I'm being an idiot at times so that I can avoid being an idiot. Ow. Ow. I'm going to put it into another chassis just to eliminate possibilities. Then again, sometimes when you put it in a whole different chassis, you will suddenly create possibilities like, well, we don't know now if it's a chassis or my test chassis is faulty or... Anyway. Yeah, okay, I used to do that for quite a while, and I was picking up things at a good pace, but I just I don't have the time to really do it. And to be fair, this is my excuse, okay, here we go. American mode on, oh wait, no. If I want American mode on, I need to blame someone. But excuse mode, I don't know who's going to take that. But yeah, with the focus on getting the money for the house and everything else like that, and a few other things that happened in the last couple of years, finding the desire to actually put the time into just make even simple videos, it just sort of completely left me. It's sad that my most popular video is just me scrubbing a phone earpiece out, clearing out someone's dirty wax. Near the anthem in the background and the flag. Patriotism. Do your bit. Hey, Glenn. Okay, let's try this again. I think this battery is shite. Ja, this battery. Dit is bijkak. I feel like a woman. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry. Damn you, Shania. I feel like I need to take this battery out. This battery is floating upside down in the fish tank. Put a working one in there, and maybe I might have some success. Probably not. What is the point of pull strips if they're just gonna snap? Like, seriously? I've seen cheap Chinese pull strips on iPhone 6s do better than that. Great, now I'm gonna have to sully this whole thing up. Coda, yeah, there's probably someone who would do that, but then, I don't know, then I've got to start owing people things. Then I have to say nice things about them. I mean, look at the torture Lewis went through to keep me at bay. I always ask myself, how would I feel if I had to deal with myself? And I'm like, oh no, that's no good. And so I run away. Come on, gotcha. You slippery little... Ah. I've put alcohol on those adhesive strips and it is working, but it's... If you're wondering what the hell I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get the damn battery out. There we go. I mean, I'm happy to praise people if, when you get that genuine feeling of like they really are good at what they're doing, or you're really happy with what they've done, and then you can't help but praise them. You want to tell everybody. But on the other hand, when you get the situation where you're like, that's good, but I paid you, and that should be the end of it. I shouldn't have to also give you exposure and not that I can give out exposure, but it's sometimes you just don't have it in your soul to do that sort of thing. God damn it, there's a little bit more adhesive down there somehow. And like I say, you don't want to be rude to people, and you don't want to needlessly hurt feelings or anything like that. But honestly, yeah, I'm very much a person who likes to pay people money, and the deal is done. Ah, shite! I just realised why that didn't work. Yeah, fair enough. That was my bad there. Yeah, mostly because it just simplifies everything. Like if I feel like this is how it will happen, I'll contract somebody to do a job, and if the job goes well enough, that's great. Job done. And if I feel like, you know what, that was so good, or yeah, if it's just in my heart to then share it, then fine, I'll share it. And I'll do it without any cost or anything like that. I'll just do it on my own back, simply because I want to share to the world what I found or what I discovered. Kind of like with products, Twang! There goes that one. But if I feel like I'm being cornered or socially engineered into a situation where I have to sort of give a review of something, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be like that meme where the guy just pulls the eject handle on the seat and is like, I'm out of here. Call me a chicken shit, because that's pretty much what I am. I can't fake it too well. Yeah, creature, those speakers. And they're actually more than speakers, I think, these ones. I think they've got sensors in them as well for lid detect and stuff like that, or something. And the fun thing with social media is, of course, if you push hard enough and you try to meet people hard enough, eventually you're going to find out that they really are probably the asshole they told you they would be. And that includes myself. Like I said, I've had some people make some incredibly nice gestures towards me. Not to me, not proposals or anything like that. Yeah, they've done some incredibly nice things. And just sometimes you just feel like, I just can't find it in me to give you back what you maybe are looking for in terms of reciprocation of attention or praise or something like that. Hey, Steve B. What the? Sound like Micro with his mouse then. I've got one strip stuck under there. Oh, no, I always forget about this too. The trouble is, I can't expect everybody to see or do things the way I like to do things. I mean, personally, I think you're fools if you don't want to, but no. Like when it comes to, say, software, for the last 30 plus years, I've written software and you just give it away. It's under the BSD, MRT, X11. A very open, genuinely free type software in the sense of free to another coder, as opposed to the software has its freedom, must always be free, can never be caged in a commercial environment or anything like that. I don't believe in that style of GPL thingy. Anyway, so that's how I like to do it. It's like, you know what, I'm doing this software because I need it and it's helped me, and maybe it's going to help someone else out there. And that's the end of that. I listed BSD license or whatever, and some commercial company uses it and they make $1 million. Good on them. It certainly wasn't going to be me. But it absolutely gets my shackles up or whatever, hackles up. When you get these people who release stuff as GPL, and it's almost, have you ever heard of submarine patents? Well, anyway, to me, there's a good number of times where people release software under things like GPL, and then they, sorry, what am I talking about? I'm losing it. Not GPL, I was meaning under the very pervasive licenses like BSD and stuff. And then someone does come along and utilizes it according to the license, and they lose their nut. They're like, that's against the spirit of open source and all that stuff. No, it's not. It's exactly what open source is. The BSD license or whatever. If you didn't want that to happen, then you should have been using things like GPL or whatever, so that you could preserve the rights of the actual software itself, as in the right for the software to never be locked down into commercial environments. I mean, back in the 80s, we all were just writing software, trying things, and what does it sound like? Some orgy. And just sharing with each other, and some people would make money out of it, some wouldn't. We had shareware back then too. That was always a bit weird. I need a battery for this. I guess what I'm saying is I wish people would actually understand what they are choosing when they choose certain licenses, instead of making the wrong choice or thinking they're going to take one thing because, say, they want more exposure into commercial places, but then squealing when it doesn't work out the way they were hoping. Battery. No, maybe I've got one here. It's essentially, they're like trying to game the system. They're trying to bait it so they get the commercial interest, but then want a massive payout or something because you use their colour theme. Or something like that. Hey buddy, what you up to? Other than chewing up my shoe. What is it? Whoa. What are you up to? Are you locked in? Where are you? No. Is it almost bedtime, is it? No, you can't come in here. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. 1959. That'll do it. Buddy. No, it was Milo. I suppose maybe people should release as GPL, and then later on, if they want, they can always retrospectively change it to something else. But there is a big issue there, in the sense that, crikey, is this even the No, this is the wrong one. The big issue is that once you sort of start getting other people contributing under the GPL, and if you want to change to BSD or X11, you have to go and get the permission from everybody else before you can do that. Or you have to take it right back to whatever you had. Okay, where did I put the damn screws for this? Flippity flip. Oh well, I have no idea where I put the screws for that. Yeah, Rob Graham, I'm the same. Yeah, it's like, particularly if it's something you've, what do you call it? You know, it's not core to your business or whatever. You know, it's just something you worked out, some utility. You found it useful. You know, it saved you a lot of time. Maybe someone else can, and I suppose it's you try to live under the concept that if you do something nice like that, maybe someone else will. As opposed to if you do something like that, you expect someone else will. I think that's the subtle difference is you got to not expect it. You can hope for it, but don't expect it. And if it doesn't pan out, well, you know, that's just the nature of it. I know many of my email filtering libraries and things like that, they're used in quite a few large projects now. And some of them actually contributed a decent amount of money to me for no other reason than the fact that I just had done it. And that was under, most of my stuff was the BSD two-term and three-term licenses. Didn't ask for it, but funnily enough, I do find you seem to attract more support and more no strings attached contributions when you put stuff out as a very free sort of society. But that's probably just my limited perception over the last 30 years. It could be something to do with the style of the software that I write as opposed to the fact that it's explicitly free. Yeah, micromanage the subscriber only thing. I blame Phil for that, to be honest, because I didn't even know that was an option until I saw it was on Phil's channel. Okay, we're not even getting any charge here. What the frickety frick? What the hell? Is this just another useless MacBook battery? I'm not joking. These 1932 style batteries, they are the absolute worst. Yeah, okay, and let's see. It's something I'm very cautious about too. I know you were joking there. Hey there, House of Moth. When people give you tidbits of information that help you move through to a new phase or some advancement in your development, I'm extremely cautious about people giving me tidbits or little bits of advice because I literally just want to block my ears and not hear it or see it because I worry from experience that if that allows me to move to some new phase, they're going to come back with their hand out and say, I was the one that let you get ahead. And it's like, yes, that bit of information you gave me was very useful for getting into the next stage, but it represents a very tiny percentage of the entire process that was required to get to wherever I was going. It's not me trying to, how could you say, deny that there was a contribution. It's rather me trying to say it's not as big as you think it is. I mean, it's a bit like, yeah, ideas are cheap, implementations what hard. What is hard? Same with writers. Yeah, I mean, geez, poor Alita. She goes on, she's a writer, and the number of times people go, "Oh, I've got this great book idea, and if I tell you it, I want 50% of the 50% of the royalties or whatever," and you're like, "GTFO, man!" It's like, if there's one thing a lot of writers don't lack, it's ideas. In fact, the biggest problem with many writers is they've got too many damned ideas for books that they want to write, and they just can't get them all out. So yeah, it's people have a misconstrued perception of the value of what they think, or what they're contributing. Let's see, Coda had something similar. Sat on the phone for almost 12 hours with your cousin going over poker strategy. He won 20,000. Oh, geez. No, I think you're owed at least a good £10,000 there, buddy. You've been ripped. Yeah, this battery seems like it's crap. Oh, Sonia. Wow, Sonia, you didn't even have to give me the 30. Now I've got to really send you something. Actually, I've been meaning to anyway. Yeah, this is where the bad side of me comes out. The side that forgets to send stuff out year after year. I'm trying, Sonia, I promise you, I'm trying. Every weekend I go, "Come on, Paul, you can do it, you can do it." And I don't. And that wears you down after a while. I don't feel like I'm quite living up to Thomas the Tank Engine anymore. We've got a real problem here. We don't have any good batteries. What the hell? I got a 1425 battery? What kind of idiot keeps a 1425 battery? Oh my goodness. I should throw myself out onto the street for having one of those in here. Alright, let's see what else I've got around here. Rob Graham, that would be about right, yes. Prolux, yeah, okay. Now, that would be, yeah, that would be an interesting court case. House of Moth 199, entitle you to all things. Only if you use the meme for all things. And then you'll get the meme. But only the meme. And nothing but the meme. Okay, I got another battery here. It's probably also crap though. Speaking of crap, where the hell's Pedro tonight? I just realised I haven't seen his scamming little soul around here tonight. Hey Jason, how's those shakes going, buddy? Yeah. I did see your message. I didn't reply though, did I? Alright. Sorry. Now I have to pay you so. Now I'm getting done. I'm going to have to erase this entire stream and deny it's ever happened. Oh, this was the exploding 1932. Ooh, yeah. That was not fun. Sonia, you've been busy with different legal and house issues. Legal issues with the house or legal issues and house issues? Hey there, Daniel. Yeah, so these are brand new. Brand new. I guess they are. They are new batteries, but for some reason, so many of these batteries do not work with 1932 boards for some reason, or they'll work intermittently. And I don't know what it is. And I know it's not just me, because there's plenty of other people out there who are requesting refunds on fresh out of the box batteries that don't work. And it seems to be exceptionally common with the 1932 for some reason. Now the other battery I think wasn't too bad in terms of the controller, but the cell had a whopping great big violation in it. See you 3X. Jason, we're just sort of going around in circles, diving in and out of the rabbit holes. We did fix an iPad mini, but that may not even be properly fixed because it seems like it's got home button issues. And that's the physical home button issues, as just the spacing of them, not enough clearance for the click, stuff like that. Just the usual pain in the backside stuff. See if this charges. Now what the frickin' hell is going on? Hey, KDO. Sometimes wonder is doing something that's not always standing on the shoulder of giants, sometimes standing on short people. Yeah. Lots and lots of short people stacked up. Do you remember the 1932 bought for 160 quid, which I fixed, changed the thermal paste and suddenly went to 25? What? Yeah, unfortunately, Coda, that is how they seem to behave. It's very frustrating. Oh, brother never left a will, so you have to file little claims to get the oh, yeah. Okay, good luck with that one. That's going to be a long, protracted process. I'm very sorry you have to endure that. It is never going to be nice. Family can be... yeah. It can be an ugly process. Oh, crap. You know what I just did then? I just... flippin' well... That is weird. Look at this, it will actually try to fire up without the battery, but as soon as I plug a battery in, like one of these ones, it backtracks a bit. After you install the battery, then you have to jump something. There is a little button on here that you can sometimes press, but I think after most of the time, it's actually for the other way around. The button there, it's so that when you're ready to disconnect, you press the button. But anyway, we'll give it a go. You never know. Maybe it's just what I've been missing all my life. And then I'm going to have to owe Jason £100 for him giving me that information. The heatsink wasn't properly... seated properly, shortened the cap to ground. Okay, that's new. I honestly wouldn't expect that, I'm sorry. Yeah, might have to hot plug it. Yeah. Oh, do you mean hot plug the battery in? Oh, someone's ballsy. Christian, you are the first person, congratulations, you are the first person who actually noticed that. I have been using that thumbnail for so long now, and I've been like, why the hell doesn't anyone notice what I've done on that? And finally Christian noticed it. Now everybody else has gone to have a look at the thumbnail. No, not the cat. That's my avatar. No, the thumbnail. The thumbnail for the videos, the initial one before we get the actual content. Okay, that's interesting. When I press that button, it actually deactivates the whole USB. So like, I'll press the button and watch the USB meter. Oh great, now it's not doing it. Fine. Yeah, I just don't get it. It's like... Alright, next step then. This is very frustrating. This is why it was always so important to have known good equipment. By the way, Jason, I need to send you, that 500-600 for this equipment. I've been leeching off you for too long. We'll try an external screen. Kristen, I think it's because it was like I was being intentionally subtle about it, and it is a micro pencil after all. So yeah, maybe people thinking I was holding it like a T100 or something. What if you hold shift control option and power button? I can try that. But now I have to go back to the other chassis. I'm going to have another shot at this one with an external screen. Just see if we've got anything coming up. Right, external screen. Bring out the old Jim Hook screen. There's another person I haven't seen tonight. Has Jim been on tonight? Oh my goodness. Why? Why does everything get tangled? Yeah, best way to fix the tangle is to just tear everything apart. Right. Birds carried him off. It is a bit late for Jim, but yeah, sometimes he makes an appearance. It depends on whether his health and medications are playing up or not. Yeah, sometimes he enjoys the late evening appearance. So we're definitely showing charge. Yeah, we've got a freaking caps lock here. This machine's booting. Yeah, got a caps lock. This thing's alive. It's suffering some sort of internal can't talk to anybody situation. I don't know why I didn't check that earlier. Because I'm a moron. Okay. Just choke it till it drops out of power. This reminds me of, I did a machine like this a few months ago as well, where it would work. Sorry, I couldn't work out what was going on, and it turns out it was alive. It just couldn't tell me that. But I can't work out why it's not giving me external display in this case, because normally these do not have these normally do not have the lockout for that. Let's see. So just plug that battery back in. I've disconnected the internal screen. It flicked up for a second. I thought it was going to actually switch over. Okay, we don't have cap locks there. Alright, okay, so this is actually doing what the complaint is, and that is it will intermittently start up and then not. Okay. Yeah, there we go, we've got cap locks. But we've got no display output, so that's kind of weird. Though maybe it's a case of it won't switch until it's booted into the OS on this particular one. That's the other thing, is sometimes they change their own parameters on it. Yeah, okay, we'll choke this out till it's dead. Okay, I'm going to plug the internal screen back in and see if we can debug it in that way. Yeah. These really are pointless rabbit holes for the most part, but gotta try. I guess what I'm sort of hoping is that I will learn something through the process. Even if it is probably don't go chasing rabbit holes. I should stick to the shorted caps that I'm used to. Don't go chasing rabbit holes. What the hell, that's not even going to sit down properly now? No, I'm turning the cap keys on. It's like I'm testing for the clicking of the trackpad and the cap keys. There's my torch going. Okay, we've got cap locks. I'm really not seeing anything. I mean, yeah, these screens aren't the greatest to start with of trying to see anything out of them, even with a torch, but normally you can at least get some kind of outline. Stephen W. I'll take that under consideration from the 19... Oh, geez, when were they? 1990s or 2000s? The noughties. So cap lock's still... Cap lock's on, so that's interesting. That's persisting. It doesn't shut down. There, we really do not have a data display. But that cap lock is persisting. So that's the weird thing. You can get these sort of situations where it feels like you're dealing with like a glitching intermittent something, but then you have something that persists very distinctly here. Oh, interesting. It actually, after I clicked it off, it went away. Okay. So it's some sort of lock state. Ghost in the machine. No, Robert, this doesn't have that. That stopped basically from 2015. The last model to have that would have been the 1398, 1502 sort of thing. Once we moved to the 17 series, that was the end of that. Trackpad click. Back to cap locks again. I can try a DFU, yeah, and try a revive. Might do that. Fortunately, at least, you know, with the revive, you're not risking any data, so that's always a good thing. The downside of a revive is that it can complicate the process of attempting to diagnose what's actually wrong with it. Put this back in. I'm just going to put this bottom panel on so that I can take it over to the reviving machine. This is a machine, yeah, full machine work type situation. It's not a data only situation. Mind you, yeah, anyway. Okay. Data. Sorry, that was actually power. Data. Doctor. 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 Some people will know what that's from. We're just trying to push it into DFU mode. Usually doesn't work the first time. Okay, try again. And if you can't get it into DFU mode, it means you might have a dead T2. Oh wow, yep, this one's not even coming up. Alright, that's a little weird. This one doesn't even come up on the DFU. Wow, don't even have power coming through this. Yep, definitely got power. What's interesting is often when you do have a faulty T2, when you plug it into the Apple configurator, it will actually say to you, connect Thunderbolt device or something. Yeah, it'll give you an error basically implying that your Thunderbolt's stuffed up. The movie is Spies Like Us, by the way. Dan Aykroyd and damn it, what's his name? Chevy Chase. Hmm. Just making sure I'm not making some dumb mistake here. No, it's definitely pressing the right keys. Yeah, I just thought for a moment maybe I wasn't. Weird. Didn't see Spies Like Us. Yeah, that was a good movie. Trying to work out why this isn't even giving me the cap locks now. I'm not sure why. Why you no work for me? The possible options are bad chassis still. Like if the keyboard is a bit misbehaving or something, it could be interfering. Or if the power button isn't being handled right, it could cause problems. So, trouble is, this is the only battery that we have that seems to be working with this board. And I don't think I can do the DFU mode without a battery present for this particular board. So we'll pop it in the other shows just in case. We'll try the DFU, see what happens. Trouble is, Miles, if I can't get into DFU mode, then I'm basically up the creek anyway. What doesn't help is I don't have a known working 1932 board for me to verify this. So yeah, once again, the curse of not having known good equipment bites and bites hard. So certainly resist the urge when you do get a known working chassis, resist the urge to steal parts from it. I know you still will every now and then, but try to resist the urge. Yeah, Coda, maybe. I guess it's a case of I don't really have any other options to play with tonight. Force into recovery, option shift R, option command shift R. I can never remember which one's which. Oh, here we go. Cannot use Thunderbolt accessory. Something wrong with that other one. And I've got T2, so there's actually a problem with that chassis, it seems. Alright, just put it through the revive and see what happens. I'm sorry, Miles. I know you didn't want to hear that, but that is what just happened. I plugged it in, it gave me the Thunderbolt. Ah, shit. It's done that thing where it goes from pretty much 0 to 100% instantly. Unexpected device state. DFU expected recovery, probably forcing blah blah. Yeah. Okay, what are you? Okay. What a freaking nightmare. Yeah. T2. I think what's frustrating here is the fact that it will intermittently come good. But, being a 1932, it's like they're just plagued with this issue. I don't know how they ended up with such a issue-plagued machine like this one. I mean, I can understand the 1534, oops, but honestly, the 1932 I really was expecting more from it. I was hoping more from it. Okay, it's actually in recovery mode, not DFU mode. Yeah, gets about 15% of the way and then blows its brains out. Alright, well, it's currently 1:30 in the morning, so I'm out. just have to write that one off as well. It's frustrating because, I want to make money. I don't want to sit here and not make money. I want to make money. Win the money. But not happening tonight, other than that iPad, and even that's going to be a bit dodgy. So I'm out of here. Thanks all for being here and putting up with my crap. And I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. Until then, you guys take care. Girls too, of course. I'll see you next time.